The brain will be connected to a computer and thoughts transferred from flesh to silicon.
One day you will wake up with the body of a robot. You will have the personality that you've always had, except you will have immortality. You will have unlimited power, and your body will be basically that of a machine.
The robotic bodies may one day be dispensed with. The human mind will become immortal, stored on a microchip. In millions of years from now, minute spaceships will travel to the ends of the universe, carrying the whole of humanity, stored electronically. These extraordinary beings will roam the universe eternally, using the ultimate form of travel, warp drive. The concept behind warp drive is like the moving walkways in airports. Instead of moving a spaceship faster through space, it moves space and time around it, compressing it in front of the ship and expanding it behind.
The idea of the warp drive, where you expand space-time behind the vehicle, compress it in front, and move a whole section of space-time itself faster than light.
Warp drive will be the ultimate technological challenge.
Even if it were possible by the laws of physics to make a warp drive, it's not clear that it would ever be practical given the available energies in the universe. And we don't know if we can create those weird types of energy which will produce the weird gravitational effects that might produce warp drive and other things. It's an open question at the forefront of modern physics.
In the future, anything might be possible.
Science is beginning to approach science fiction. And you can't discount warp drive. You can't discount zero-point energy and all the other fabulous kinds of schemes that are being looked at seriously by professional physicists.
100 years ago, walking on the moon was only a dream. It's almost impossible to imagine what might happen in the 21st century. One day it may become necessary to leave planet Earth or face certain death as the planet dies. In the near future, technological discoveries will define this exodus. Physicists have developed a system which predicts when civilizations will achieve certain scientific breakthroughs. Developing civilizations are categorized as Type 1, Type 2, and Type 3. According to their technological stage.
A Type 1 system would be a planetary civilization. They control earthquakes, the mountains, the oceans, the weather is at their fancy. They were able to harness all forms of planetary energy. A Type 2 civilization has the energy of a star. They can play with stars. They get their energy from solar flares. A Type 3 civilization has exhausted the power of a star, and they are truly galactic. Now, by comparison, Star Wars is based on an empire, a Type 3 civilization. The Federation of Planets, as seen in Star Trek, the series, would be an emerging Type 2 civilization. They can just barely begin the process of igniting stars.
So, what stage has our civilization reached?
We are Type 0. We get our energy from dead plants, oil and coal. That's how primitive we are on the scale of civilizations that may exist in outer space. But perhaps in 100 to 200 years, we will attain Type 1 status.
Mankind is learning to manipulate biology and making the first steps to controlling evolution through genetics. New robots and new technologies are being developed.
Some people say that we're dreamers, that we'll never leave the Earth. If so, then we're doomed. The game is over. Human beings were an experiment on this gorgeous planet, the third planet from the sun, but that's all it was, a short-lived experiment. I would like to dream of the day that perhaps we will shatter that destiny, that when the Earth itself dies, we do not necessarily have to die with the Earth. I believe I will see the day, one day in the future, when we can begin the process of building blueprints by which we'll make the first steps to the stars.
What seems certain is that, when the stars are finally reached, new species will evolve who'll be able to spread out and explore the whole universe.